Our dedicated team are always set and ready to bring you impactful information to magically brighten up your day. Magic Morning Tea will bring you information on tourism, culture, gender, politics, sports, disability, and many more. So stay tuned, stay connected to Magic Morning Tea on Magic Television, Channel 38, Facebook, YouTube, and other social media handles. Magic Television, your trusted information hub.
Today is Monday, the 24th day inside August. Good morning, wherever you get with from, and welcome to Magic Morning Tea. Magic Morning Tea, now the program where they bring you all the information you need for know, and we go brighten up your day. So now go know we do it we for the next 1 hour 30 minutes. We will look at so many interesting things them inside the program this morning. Inside the program this morning, SLRSA don't pull press release say then go do Circular Road after we Magic TV don't come over Canada area there. So we will look at the way our plastic don't pollute the entire country and Freetown in particular. This plus plenty more interesting thing and the inside the program this morning. And inside the program we will be joined by Abdul Karim Will, one of the Director of Strategic Communication and spokesperson of the Office of the National Security, what people can call ONS. We can look at the successes in the related conviction and why Guinea stop migrants them for use the airport. This plus entity plenty and more inside the studio, and yourself can be part of the program. We can send you a message on the 090-1038 line, 090-1038-38 na WhatsApp, or you send them on Facebook or YouTube channel space. Good morning and welcome, Mr. Karim.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers and listeners. Happy for dinner this very beautiful edifice, especially so. This is a maiden visit. Thank you very much.
All right, for the first of all, can get somebody we know ever Kaya can welcome especially to the studio and welcome you to 22 Bafo Street studio and to this with small about the broadcast from around Freetown. So what's your observation where you see at the studio where you just come inside?
I'm very impressed and I feel guilty that I don't come here. I don't say personally me you two don't get engagements on some other platforms and that one didn't be entertaining one. Happy for dinner here today and for pledge my commitment say I will do dinner here as and when required for dinner here. The studio beautiful. I don't follow on online programs, social media platforms and all of the programs, and I want to be very much people centered around protecting the country, especially the environment program. So I'm happy for dinner Magic Morning Tea, particularly Magic TV, and therefore say we look forward for get a fruitful discussion.
All right, plenty thank you for reading inside the studio. They start the program proper. Don't forget if you just join me, a Magic Morning Tea you watch. We reach you live for Magic Television Channel 38 on Facebook, YouTube, and all the social media handles them where you get we from. We take this press release we come up from the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, Sierra Leone Roads Authority, sorry, we say the general public is hereby advised that the construction of rigged pavement along Circular Road between Model Junction and NP Filling Station will commence on Tuesday, 25th August 2026, that is tomorrow, and will last for 1 week. Motorists are kindly advised to use alternative routes as will be directed by the traffic management personnel at the site during this period. As we strive to improve on the status of the national road network, we apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and thank you in advance for your understanding. Sign management. All right, for sake of this, Magic TV bingo waka na Circular Road before this press release they come out, and we on Fudia Bangura we put this report together make una see waiting lead to this press release for renovate that road day.
People when they use the Regent Road and other road users they face serious challenge because of the plenty pothole where on Bokuna the road. This will make I go back in the area and talk to some people when they use the road, and they explain say the situation they give them plenty constraint every day, and during the rainy season the road they be difficult for pass, traffic they move slow, and some of them mutkaden can get problem. Same way so them call on
Well, because most problem by Syria, Who from start from model, take car, even deep. Any carry screen, you start with point. So make option, if our government say, the best thing I'm mostly for our government, people is very select for stream. So the show for this too much. You go inside the vendor, and you saw the body too much. For model for carry them, they don't want to say you get always say almost every must go to your hot finish that pass your push up. So you always see enter by apple, but see, no, I'm only so party. Yeah, doesn't pass for that. See, somebody can don't play for power long for car, and I always too much about very and if you can't do it, you see it because I never just say for me. When you talk to me about government, there people is so I was saying that pass man. Yeah. I really for this area.
Then I do camera. I did all the way with then I drive and you go through that. Yeah, we go through a lot because you go not too good now with the especially model. Go through the Boku, especially in the city, we go a lot. We go down the money with model take and get through there. We go not too good. We go through the Boku. What's a lot of for you guys? There's still a money as fast as you go not too good. The ABC from the end come back. Yeah, really traffic a lot. Especially for many people who need to walk. Traffic, especially Sunday police they can block, then motor they pass one by one. Some man they balance the control, and then they will go, some man they buy car, the message woman send is that they will can help me make the road. For money I take and circular road, they will can make the road. They do a great for you. They will say will be happy, they will help make the road.
I just as well. Once in also I can sell for help me mommy because I go back. This road here so we don't they affect you since go this seconds because more often when you don't make when the water they set you inside there when you must carry the part they splash water back to them and more way than our water they come. Because that they don't make the road, but the road I think they say go that they can make and they need to make them properly because as soon as they make them before they remember I don't fuel back. And with the water they set you able to let the pass, water they splash well. More if you don't get to the more important side, water they splash well, you just take off the turn and go change that. All these road leaders done there more than over let me say 2 years or some months now. When they don't make them. Because I guess last year they don't make them. This year, but so we see on them about well. More that means they don't cool and they disturb the motorcar they pass. More for the keke pass where they want pass the keke. The people in car inside the keke they begin push the keke before ever the people enter inside the keke back to their ride. For the traffic, because the traffic for accidents. Nothing for it. Well, I want to message to the authorities for say make them help the people more for the drivers because actually they display for them for help they let them make the road more properly because at the season they can make some people that to spend their efforts to make the road they know they make an properly so me they beg for let them can make the road properly so that we will let us and more for the people they want them back will let us suffer. Between water splashing.
My name is Monjo Emiaja. I do construction. I do blue waste mafia. So I do inside this company that's this road almost a year this month. Last year we see up to now. Mostly paddle for people there and also for motorcars over the past. Not cause accident in front of me. Because traffic because when rain season rain don't come most of the side the rain keep blocked and when most cars they keep come at time they keep break down they not able pass all the passengers they all calm down so they go inside the water no matter what you don't put on your foot if they mass inside the water they come inside the motor till until the motor come where you go and it can even affect the street workers there and the traders where they pass They want to get access to one kind of the road, like the whole pass closer to the shop inside to the cell, so they will pass. Well, we cry to the big one there, the authorities that were in charge, we were able to help with as a citizen, all the pass, and all, even also the motorcars that were the pass up and down for go do the business. We talk to the big one, they made the help with for know how best they be able to put this particular things in place, how they be able to maintain the road for it, so that everything could be fine for the passengers then, for business people they already pass.
Authorities then for take quick action for Magic Television use. Fudia Bangura the reports.
July for Magic Television, channel 38, Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget to yourself can be part of the program. We can send you message on the social media space or you send them on the WhatsApp line 090103838. Like I say, I get inside the studio Abdul Karim Will, when I director strategic communication and spokesperson of the Office of the National Security. We can look at the I pronounce how well? Toku successes and in drugs related conviction, and why Guinea stop with migrants then for use the airports. Good morning again and welcome to the program.
Good morning and thank you again.
All right, tell me waiting at Toku, waiting then for and how Toku come about.
Okay, Toku, the acronym, it means Transnational Organized Crime Unit. Toku, TOCU. This body came into being on the 13th of February 2010, and they be established in response to an incident will be happened at Lungi on 13th February, 13th July 2008. And that incident day now be always related to the arrest of a Cessna plane, a Cessna aircraft. We been get on board 710 kilograms of cocaine. When that incident be happen, it be show say the need the more than any other time for that we collaborate and coordinate with activities, because we find out say organized criminal networks, they're well organized, then they coordinate among themselves, they get uniform, they get a specific purpose where they are for achieve them, then go stop at nothing for achieve them. So we realize say the need for interagency coordination is very, very much relevant in the fight against organized criminal activities, particularly when we get a transnational nature in them. And so when we arrest the aircraft there, we see the gap. And initially we constitute what we refer to as the Joint Interdiction Task Force, Joint Drug Interdiction Task Force, JDITF. Well, if you like that one, it will be a temporal body for address that particular situation there. So fast forward, the West African Coast Initiative meeting we hold in Freetown. At the end of that meeting there, it been resolved say let we form TCUs, transnational crime units, across West Africa for fight organized criminal activities. It's not only related to fighting drugs, but even human trafficking, small arms and light weapons, trafficking of precious mineral, the importation or exportation of counterfeit products in country, and so on and so forth. So that are the background leading to the formation of Toku. So who been constitute them? Owing to the fact say we all agree that the need there for let we collaborate, for let we do coordination. It means say we realize and concede say no one agency alone go get the power, go get the wherewithal for fight organized criminal network. So we bring together several agencies which constitute the transnational organized crime unit. It will be headed or led by the Sierra Leone police. You get a headquarters located in Hastings and a chief superintendent of police. In this particular case, currently, na CSP Laga, na the head of that unit. There's several other people that don't head them, when a chief superintendent of police them. But even though police lead them, several other institutions and they were the part and parcel of all of Toku operations. We get, for example, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the body, the parents' body will get responsibility by law for fight drugs in Salon. So then I remember, we get the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. We dey talk about transnational organized crime. Yes. We mean say a cut across boundaries. It go to other nations, the sub-region, Africa, West Africa, or even the rest of the world. Any activity where they happen here, we get the tendency for negatively impact other country. This body now get responsibility. Or thing where they happen in other country in terms of the organization of rogue elements, where they impact on Sierra Leone. Now this body now get responsibility. So we get the National Revenue Authority, the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbour Authority. In this particular case, given the fact say we will make several efforts for fight organized crime on land and at the border, airlines, on land and
sea.
No, not to the sea particularly. I want to mention the air, land and air. We find out say the rogue element and divert their attention, most of their attention, now the sea. And so the National Revenue Authority, the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbour Authority, they become very key partners in the fight against this kind of thing. So Toku na the overarching body, but na the water side, especially na the Queen Elizabeth II key, we get a component of Toku where they fight organized crime at sea. We call it the Sea Cooperation Project, SEACOP for short. Now the European Union and the government of Sierra Leone, and they co-support the activities of that body there. Over the period, several hundreds of interdictions or arrests don't be made. Now we key of people who they bring either counterfeit goods, contrabands, medical products away prohibited from brought in country, small arms and light weapons.
Because that's how I just asked you, if not drugs only no more,
no.
They deal with or then they deal with
no. So the priority areas are wide: narcotics, counterfeit products, even products away legal, but we people want for smuggle without paying the necessary taxes. This body get a responsibility for looking to them. Precious commodities, artifacts, where they are to the culture of Sierra Leone. Nothing in that way people can attend for smuggle and that kind of thing. Even precious minerals, as the case may be. And not only things the way they come on as Sierra Leone, but if so things the way they come out of Sierra Leone or come impact the wider market. So we get them people that we constitute. The Pharmacy Board of Sierra Leone.
It's part of this.
It's part of the transnational organized crime. The list long, about 15 or 16 thereabouts agencies that then come together. And so for let it be streamlined, quite recently, the National Security Council Coordinating Group, when the second body, the second highest body for the consideration of security in a salon, being tabled a request to the National Security Council, which are the highest forum for the consideration and determination of all matters relating to the security of Sierra Leone, for let we get Toku for be a subcommittee of the National Security Council. The National Security Council, like I say, that the highest forum for all security matters in Salon. The president of the country, then a chairperson of that committee, it meets 3 times or 4 times inside the year. We call them quarterly meetings. But depending on the prevailing circumstances, it can even meet more frequently as a case may be. Underneath them, now they will get the National Security Council Coordinating Group. The head of the Office of National Security, the National Security Coordinator, then a chairman of that committee. In this particular case, currently, now Mr. Abdullah Koka, when I am the head, the National Security Coordinator at the Office of National Security, then constitute them. But for Le to actually perform in functions, you get a structure, you get an advisory board, when they provide strategic leadership. For that one, they again are the national security coordinator. Now they take the lead in terms of coordinating the activities of the advisory board for the Toku activities. Then we get underneath, we get the Toku management board. This one are the group where they manage the day-to-day activities of Toku. How for coordinate intelligence, how for gather intelligence, how for put them together and then put them into action. Because most of the thing what they do, the final port society will end now the courts. Say for example, if police to Toku or the Toku body in SSF don't go conduct raids based on intelligence or information we they receive from communities or the sources where they provide, we would then kind data then. They don't arrest people, arrest consignments, they investigate, they send to the director for public prosecutions for advice. If he give advice, he charge the matter to court because he don't meet the threshold for prosecution. The police are going to send this matter to court and then provide evidence for help the prosecution of that person there. And so the Ministry of Justice, the courts, very cardinal in the overall fight. Now that make over the period, most of the successes we don't make, most of the gains we don't make, it come on account of the fact say all of the various players then they play their roles and play them effectively. But
okay, we can look at the successes them way Toku don't make. And there are lots of challenges, and there are lots of things people are saying out there where they show say they need for do more than they work. But the program we watch a Magic Morning Tea, they reach you live for Magic Television. We'll take another story inside the program, then I will come back to you. Look at some of the successes and then the challenges that they get. We'll take this story. Inside we on Fudia Bangura, go waka na Congo Tongue and other areas then for see how plastic pollution don't disturb the environment. Fudia Bangura gets more on that story, then go put them together.
Plastic na waste product where people and kiddo use, but over the years na salon, this plastic business don't turn business for some certain people in a different community. Today, Magic TV Kawaka na Kongoton by Collecton community. Also, we can get an interview with people where this plastic don't they affect, and people where don't turn this plastic as business. But first, I talk to some people where the plastic they ambog.
Na my name Adama Ade Oliwe Kongoton inside Capital.
So you can flood na area can flood where you
Yes, then let me say na everyday issue, especially where rain dey come.
So what if you say can cause this flooding in the area?
Okay, like this flooding, even if na small rain car they dey way dirty, some man in the way they keep the dirty like oats, they keep and say as a small rain come out and we will not get big gutter then a small gutter they will get. Some man when you see the dirty don't block, then they cause for me flooding happen. Everywhere the flooding can happen, we able to do business, we able to sleep, we able to start because of the water. Well, the message wey I want to send to people do you make a talk to the community people and even within the area because of the safety one. If this continue for happen, well, we like that they are at risk. So now that they may want send to everybody, may they able to talk to the people.
When I name my article, I don't where the community are there now. The flooding keep happening in our area. Yes. What if you say because this flooding really happening in our area? Now the dirty, the plastic. When you got a bathroom, the flooding, I always actually. No, just one moment for the gutter. Then one back into the back plastic now the gutter. They are lots of them now take care to speak to the gutter now the gutter. Yeah, I'm at community Saturday we call it Capital.
So what kind of advantage you want to go through in season can we can still work on our streets and in some house.
The being Saudi Arabia.
Yes, water, small water, and even back seconds that they pass and make last week, also the way they can. Last week, Friday, September, we go before so after that, putting plastic them back to because the water will be small. So no matter small rain can save water before so pass after the rain
So what now the message you want to send to people?
The message you are ready for let the help talk to. You want the all the food old dirty, so man of us is small again they can old dirty and rubber or you can turn and water. And back when the passport, so the old plastic there. You say the vendors still popping and they put back and water so I small rain can and the water they overflow.
So what is the cause the flooding we have to in this?
The dirty already put in the water. So now that's indeed the flood in there.
As the plastic they unbox some people them, now so other people and they benefit from her.
I mean, I'm able to camera. They could go to home.
So how this plastic here don't they affect you now? Wearing kika.
Wearing kika, this plastic here in the way they affect you or flood the can. What I they enter now place them, the dirty all they enter now place them. So I see some of my company they be the pick. Back there, I begin join them for pick plastic. They survive. I did it. Na me 10 year this year for pick plastic.
So how this plastic here pick one don't help you?
This plastic and pick I don't help me greatly because I don't pay for me pick this year. Me pick sit back here. The other hand sit MPSC. The one at class 3 don't go. One don't go class 2. The one they pick they sell. They get, they pay for the school fee, I buy for the school thing them, so they help me much.
So now when the people away they can't take the plastic, now they reach again, how will they do for survive now?
Now, so no more sit down. Now the man know they help me, so now so no more first I sit down. My business no they it, so I know no more now when I get for doing, I make una help me.
So what now the message you want to send out to people then?
The message you are no more when I send to people to Papa government, make it able help me. Because me so now, me I be able to come. I mean I be come. I get 6 picking there. So right now I no get chance for pick. I no get no sign for pick right now. You got plastic that I dey help me. I dey pay me picking and school fee. I dey do all things. So right now I don't sit down. So I no get no work. I no get nothing for do. Now parent plastic then they survive. So who they beg no more Papa government may they help me. Oh baby.
Yes, I mean about Kamara, I dey collect some 70k collect some.
So how I can survive when they pick them plastic and the rubber and water?
Yeah, how can survive when the tricycle and they come for bank decide follow who say we go we live in, we go and pick inside the tricycle them, then we get around follow go survive for picking them because like we so we not single parents, we not get nobody again. Pass we go pick them plastic and they go sell and give people they can wear them, then they can go Conakry, then get other things they root them. Yes.
So how much years you want to take inside this business? Yes?
No, I just go inside the game. Yeah, I just go inside the game. For myself, I tell Papa God thank you. I go inside the game because I they pay school for the picking, and they take care of them, and then they give them eat, and then they do all kinds of things for this plastic business. And they do what they play with. So right now, you know they again. So you know this right now with the suffer. No, you know they reach now we host them. Because when the tricycle in the camp, then they bank. When in the bank, then they pin tire for let the dirty not go. Now water, so that they can't turn at the bank in place. For let the bank in place go full up. So then they get inside, then they get nets. For let the dirty not go down. Because the dirty then they against the dirty for the gutter. So now the bank, when the bank decide them, and they people in the way for go, when tricycle then come, we go to the tricycle, we pick. Then one pick, we get our pin in a bag, open in a bag. Then we get them, then can wear them. When they can't wear, they will survive for picking them.
So what is the message you want to send out to people?
So people, we not beg no more. They try for big. You see, because now they will get with survival. But we say for all them stop, we no forget no chance again. I forget believing. So we just dey normal now for God. Yes, school they can open now because what we dey get there, we dey pay pikin in school. But right now, school they can open now. Chance not again. Have to survive for no take care of pikin them.
What are the people that will be stopping now?
Now city council. Now they stop saying because the dirty they go na gutter, so they no go for let them bank end again this that. Now so the dirty they go na gutter because na the dirty the council they take bank. Yes, so they put tire, then they put nets for the dirty no go na the gutter. Yes, that's what they do. So the tricycle them, who say they can't turn, I know they team up, and the tricycle, we they pick the plastic them. Yes, we they pack. Who pick, we pack, who pick, we pack. But when you full up the way, we go picking a survival.
As we don't see any from people where they survive from this plastic business and people where this plastic they affect, then they call on Papa government and Freetown City Council for put things there in place for Magic Television use. Mina Fudia Bangura the report.
All right, plenty thank you to Will Fudia Bangura for put that report together. I get inside the studio Abdul Karim Will, when are the director of strategic communication at ONS, will tell we the role we talk with play Sierra Leone. But quick one, we don't get on the line with reporter Aminata Bangura within Akuto Road, where then don't broke all the table in Akuto Road. We go give you some updates about that. Good morning and welcome, Ami.
Yeah, good morning. Now I then Akuto Road market, wherein they don't broke all the market table then. Market woman right now they cry say from 1898 where this market done then where them table then it's a history that repeats itself. I think they don't know one then they don't can do one now. They not even inform them. So now the current situation this way then at the market now where they say people then they go up and down, they cry for them table and I hear they do them business and for survive. For able to pay them, pick them, school fee them. Some of them I think pay against them. So now they cry to the government, may they do something for them.
All right, Ami, we see the footage where they come out, the show from Choitram supermarket. What about down in front of the Kuto Road market in safe or now from up that area, the no more than clear?
From Choitram supermarket, they go right down, like you know, go by that petrol station, all them broke. At the present situation that now Adena is gone now, everybody they cry, they cry, go up and down, they so man don't go buy in market this morning, no sense, so they have to knock out in market, look in market now the fuel.
Are you able to talk to anybody with them working table?
Yes, I don't talk to two people them, so I don't now for talk to another people them. Yeah, they front the market now.
All right, waiting the person we get
front the market now, the city market. The person say any ask for the government for let do something for them because like from 1898 where this market done and they be done all along for more than small so they don't be so they don't can get table now. So they create for government let do something for them because they take pay them picking and school fee and other things then they not get no side for good.
All right, plenty thank you for talk to you, Ami, and continue for giving the updates as you get Nakuto Road.
Thank you.
All right, in them now, I mean, Bangura, we report them, they talk there na Kuto Road, outside, they don't clear all the market table them where they sell in the streets. I know it's in a street trading, then they try for clear. But we'll try for being a full story about that incident there later on in a subsequent program. Them will they come inside the studio again, the program where they watch a Magic Morning Tea. Like I said, we'll get Abdul Karim Will, where they tell you why, how the successes them we talk who they get and what's not the challenges there. Let's start with the successes stories them we'll talk who they get. And in all of this, what's not the role of the ONS in all of this talk who put together, the several fractions, the several agencies they embody the way they together, what's not the role of the ONS in this?
So I will just mention briefly the ONS by law. Now the body we responsible for provide coordination for the entire security sector. So in whichever agency we find ourselves or arrangement we find ourselves within the structures of the security sector, we provide that coordination role. And by coordination it means we pull together the various people, the various institutions, provide the platform, outside then go sit down and get fruitful discussions. And where then discussions they happen, most often that we provide secretarial support for piece together all of them discussions that will don't take place, and they assign the responsibilities and follow through on the actions and they will go down give to institutions or agency for perform. Collectively, the agencies and they meet na a platform who said they discuss particular issues, and during the course of the discussions a day, thing away come for a particular agency for take forward in terms of actioning, then they will now identify and say this action will be carried out by Mr. Randall, for example, or this particular institution, and they will go follow through and ensure say it be carried out to a logical conclusion. So now that one day we did do in all of the Tuku arrangements, whether na the Sea Corporation project na Wataki, whether na the Tuku Management Board, whether na the Tuku Advisory Board, for example, the advisory board is the highest form within the Tuku framework, the Chief of Staff, the Office of National Security, then the Secretary, they do that coordination, they for and on behalf of the security sector, but particularly the National Security Coordinator, we are chairperson of that advisory board. The Management Board also, we get the Director for Serious Organized Crime Coordination Unit, now the Office of National Security. Now ONS, and they provide the executive secretaryship to that committee, and then they meet fortnightly or even more frequently as the situation will demand. So now that the ONS do, they provide a platform, bring together the relevant players, follow through on the actions, and then sometimes USA is required for be done. We do threat assessment. So sometimes in the certain things we go don't get information on them, but we think say some critical gaps in there, and we need for put them into strategic context. We will now conduct a threat assessment for identify what are the factors leading to what may happen, who are the players them, and who are they going for leverage on in terms of providing solution to their problems and they. So they also play that role of conducting threat assessment on various threats we go get the tendency for undermine the successes of the body they already provide coordination from. So that one day in short now the role of the Office of National Security.
All right, let's come into the drugs aspects now. Let's look into the drugs aspect. What's not some of the successes we UNA don't get, or ONS together with Toku don't get, combat drugs, because we all know that the menace in Sierra Leone, you travel out of Sierra Leone today, you'll be embarrassed at any airport where you reach because you show Sierra Leone passport. Waiting at some of the success they will not get in this.
So the drug situation, not to a Sierra Leonean problem alone, like a problem we cut across the sub-region, across West Africa, across Africa, and across the world. Several nations across the world, if not most, they suffer on account of the activities of rogue elements, where they into them, dangerous schemes there. And without attempting for make any case for them, people who are into drug dealing, they will stop at nothing for ensure say they stay afloat because they bring the money. But what thing we know for lose sight of, now the fact say now there few people are no more way into RAM, now they benefit. The one that would be affected or they be impacted, mainly in a majority in any state or any society. And so over time, even though we don't make a lot of inroads in terms of dismantling their activities, then they metamorphose with man column. Then they change their color, then they change the mode of operation. For each time where you squeeze on one side, you see them become people who they go manifest themselves on the other side. So one of the things that we realize that when we don't make a lot of efforts for secure air borders, especially in the case the Freetown International Airport, when are they mostly people they attend for travel with drugs, either by way of the swell alarm or the inject them. We develop mechanisms through international partnership and begin for identify and fish out them people in there. Now the airport, foreigners particularly, we go come to airports. We can be very much concerned the way how they for detect them, for look at the regular pattern of this person in traveling history. If somebody they go now, say for example, they go to South Africa, they come on Nigeria, for example. But you want for come first na Guinea, you come on Guinea, you can Salon, you come on Salon, you go Morocco, you come on Morocco, then finally you go to South Africa. We can want for know waiting at the reason for this disruption in terms of the chain. Where you just need to forget one flight.
One flight,
from on to that point there. So Bakutende, we would arrest people in the airport, foreigners particularly, we would not swallow cocaine, particularly because of that nine can take in. And by the network we can just see the excreta. Several of them cases and they took and some of the people and they behind bars, the foreigners are what they talk about. So what we notice say we tied the airport, even though still attempts are being made now, they know they swell around, then they put on a illicit cargo and be one for be bold for course to time, but they detect them anyway. We also tighten with land borders. Most of the arrests they make so. It is shown now because we they come and catch them people. Before now, it appear like say they happen, but the reality is that they may go undetected. Now it's difficult whether a cannabis sativa, whether a prohibited substance, whether a tramadol, whether a cocaine, whether a kush or kush making materials. Any say you appear with them, we get the capability or capacity for intercept them. So it appear like say, hey, the thing they increase, they only increase and that kind of thing. Now just like the case of a rape. Before now, rapes they happen at communities, but they were not reported. People didn't compromise them. But because of the robust measures that we put and the education that we provided for people at the least level, any say happen, then they report them. And so it appear like say, now it happen and that kind of thing. So we establish what we see that we don't tighten inside them, the rogue element and divert their activities on sea. So we establish in collaboration with the European Union, the Sea Cooperation Project. That Sea Cooperation Project is the counterpart of Togo, na the water side. Now we water them, na the maritime domain. And we get most of the agencies that I don't mention for constitute that Sea Cooperation Project and seated at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbour Authority premises. We always don't be thankful to the leadership of the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbour Authority for providing not only the space but even the willingness, commitment and support to the activities of SEACOP. Now that they make we're able to detect prohibited substances that containerized cargo. Most often people they even come out and begin for cry down law enforcement. It be proven say some of them then complicit in denting them because people they load denting them. Now ports we consider for be credible. Load denting the day inside cargo way lawful, but now then these guys are inside them container them and puts unlawful or illicit cargo into them container then they thinking say beaucoup of the interceptions they don't happen. Now the airport alone in recent time from 2020 to now, we don't make 18 arrests them or interdictions of people who they bring prohibited substances, including cocaine, including kush or kush making materials, or even tramadol. A number of then kind of interdictions they don't take place also now the Queen Elizabeth II key. Now containers, what thing they happen, we get networking both internally and externally. Like how I've been described to you, traveling pattern we go be very much suspicious. If we counterpart them, SEACOP counterpart them, whether na Spain, whether na Senegal, whether na the European Union, Belgium and so on, they notice say Mr. Willie come out na Belgium for Kana Salon. But before he Kana Salon, he pass on the same day. Now 4 other aircrafts for come just as Salon from Belgium. They go flag me as a suspicious passenger. And so when that happen, we self na go to see that information, we process them and now begin for watch them. Or this shipyard they come out from Southern America. Southern America mostly, most of the drug interdictions all they do of either cocaine, tramadol and that kind of thing. Then they come on their side and they or at the port of Mumbai. When they get that kind of thing, they flag them, say we're not too certain, but we suspiciously then container na this XYZ ship. They give it all of the details. So we now go stay alert. The women come with cooperation from the agencies, including the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbour Authority. They will now give you the information. They will share with you that manifest, and then we pick out the containers that were one day of interest. That's anything that will flag. They will put them aside. They put them. They will do 100% examination. And most time, all of the time, who don't identify, who they don't show you containers, they don't share intelligence with you. Who identify the containers, who we check them. They get cargo where they inside the when a dangerous cargo, either a counterfeit product or a tramadol. We prohibited in the market. The public for no say, tramadol, na salon not for be sold anywhere, except that it will be administered in a medical facility recognized by the state. Even if not private one, where it will be recognized by the state. And for even for that tramadol day, that particular one day, if for day at 50 milligram, nothing beyond that. Anything above 50 milligram, that prohibited substance. The one day when the car we told only intercept over the period, now 225 milligram.
Wow.
250 milligram. Either not tapatadol, tramadol, as the case may be. So it tell you, say, my danger that people in the brain camp. If the medical people and tell you, say, you know, for take anything, no matter how difficult, or because then tramadol particularly, na painkillers. But if we be mild to severe pain, when only the medical people and able for administer for you. If you go get now somebody for take one, when at 225 milligrams, for the pharmacy board, where they will do forensic analysis of one of them drugs a day. Once it go show say that 250 milligrams daily. What they actually do forensic analysis, they tell you say it is 800, it is 500, way above that one they don't put there. Because
so purpose they bill them directly for abuse rather than purpose way.
Not for any purpose way good at all. We go able for help human being, not for healing.
With all this way una get this knowledge and all una get, but still people in the beat the system because look at situation we are in. Somebody from Brussels where they say the person the flight come out from Sierra Leone or so then catch out 50 kilograms of cocaine.
Yeah.
So how it passed through and reach Belgium?
So I tell you, I also don't be privy to that kind of report. And the moment we get that one day, we show concern because this is very critical in terms of the image of the country. We reach out to we counterpart them first, we colleagues at the airport for let them check on the manifests and pair that particular information they would get us alone. And then we reach out to the authorities at Belgium. They were themselves surprised that this kind of information they make the rounds even to the knowledge. So some thinking in that make now one platform have been there and throw a challenge or request rather, not to challenge sort of. That the public we get a responsibility for share then kind of critical information there with the law enforcement agencies or the relevant authorities so that collectively we go able to play a role for counter the kind of narratives and today the Belgian authorities them, particularly the one at the airport, they are shocked that they don't get anything of that nature there anywhere. So they still we still follow because
again the cancel your department or your unit or your department,
yes.
the communication unit. Like the information and the way you get so not way for share out. But
yes, I did.
Except now what they ask you in interviews you mentioned.
Yeah, well
so like you they pull a statement back and say no, this is not true, this information not to ya, especially the evidence from the Belgium side.
I did a rejoinder now the particular platform was I say and share that one day for say not too true. Well, so far not too true because the thing with drug investigations, I want to mention that I want the way to be protracted because the rogue elements, even for be that rogue for bit system, it means say you get some amount of intelligence.
Yeah.
So they will do everything, no matter how sophisticated the structures they're always a bit down. I mean, now we don't get. Drugs away come out from credible international airports. You go on for ask the question, how they want to come out, say for example, the United Kingdom, and take a land as alone, undetected. Is it that they actually come out the UK, or is it that a shipment take place in the water side, where the vessel go down move, come out the UK for example, at the port of UK. On the way now somebody come with a smaller vessel, and load them thing inside. For come now, a portal he thinks a vulnerable is going for do for you own thinking as an ordinary man, as a lay person, you just say, "But this ship here come on na UK." You get UK flag, you get everything on about in details. But then I don't can't find this one. So you go be hasty for conclude, say, hey, this one a UK come on, it comes to another country. So but we studying the pattern of what thing happen on sea. It will be too hasty for draw them conclusions and they say actually now that happen. Transshipment they take place anywhere. Even some thinking day air transport system. Then one day they transit from point A to point B, the person go don't come up from this point and go na other point, but he get for actually go other side. So tell Usa he go swallow the cocaine. Not to Usa he initially come out. They just go fly under, inject soil around, and then he fly go na the other side. Na the other side now they didn't go catch her. They say, but how this person come in, they cancel, they can't animal they can't hold them. So then thing then they happen. We're not dismissive of them information and they, but they say as critical as they appear, as maybe true as they may appear, there is also the possibility say some other things and don't happen along the line. I mean, let we take for example the seizure of the coast of Libya of a cocaine by the Spanish authorities, sometimes in April this year. The moment that thing happen, it make a lot of inroads at the airwaves across the board, whether not traditional or social media platforms. We make every effort for which we counterpart them. For now, we also give them an alert, say we're ready for support and cooperate to the investigations, so that we will left no stone unturned for unearth whosoever be involved. Up to this moment, I did talk from April up to now, they not reach back to it. But because we consider that for be very important, we constituted a team, and then we did thorough investigations around that one day. That report is available for public viewing, for public consumption. So that then kind of thing there. So also, I've been mentioned, say, we consider the role of the judiciary for being very crucial in this fight. Thankfully, the Chief Justice, considering the fact that the president don't declare a national emergency on drug and substance abuse. We say, let we all put our hands together for HOC, we fight. So he give administrative directives, judicial directives for saying, cases we get for do with drugs, particularly kush. The one that we get for be treated with all the seriousness we deserve. Because when you look at the harrowing pictures of some of our brothers and sisters, the communities, it only means say we therefore step up with effort and forget about all of them. See the people going for follow this and that kind of thing. Okay, the Chief Justice say when somebody come in as a suspect for drugs, not for grant and bail.
Yes, and we see and they happen.
Yeah, see they happen, not for grant and bail. Although it be get some other people, they go get their own opinion on them and that kind of thing.
All right,
and that's when you convict them people and they not for be anything below 10 years.
Yes.
10 years and above. And people and they, as I speak, from 2020, from that 10 day where the Chief Justice give the administrative directive, we don't get 123 convictions. All of them are the various
correctional
centers across the country.
All right, continue for the week. Name na Abdul Karim Will, Director of Community Strategic Communication, ONS. They tell you about the successes and the talk waiting and they do for letting track down drugs na Sierra Leone. We don't pass 9 o'clock now. We go take a music break, and after the break, I go ask the trading question where all man they look forward for that ask on this program. That is boy Joyce Ludicus, aka Umar Sharif. You can't tell me waiting owners do as you be don't talk on another station, say they under investigation, but you go get for tell we let people hear and know waiting for do. We'll take the music break, and after the break we will continue the program. The program with the what now Magic Morning Tea, where they reach you live for Magic Television, channel 38 on Facebook, YouTube, and all the social media handles them.
Busy boy. Aye, what's up, bro? Waiting at the agenda. Talk meet me saying unique name na avatar the dirty bender. Tell me waiting this up, bro. No tell me say you surrender. You put see babele woman, look you body so pender. Where I see you appearance, I no bet. You know the worst again. All the dirty clearance that you get, you no get class again. Nobody no get clear chance for this fete. Now who the last again? Waiting do perseverance, we no get, but we the mass the pain. We don't sell all thing, no get phone, you know they online. Find guy no money, now you name, but now we no even find. Some no say no matter how long it take, sun must shine. But if you come down now, we people not go ever get you kind. You know say family day, big one. You know say we get big plan. You know to begin if you for them gap for yourself. Big man they go shine, big sun. For now we not get big fan base. We go clap for we, so we clap for ourselves. Big hand, the kush, go and bug you area. Sam the kush, go and bug you area. A small push, go turn all that in ya. All man go push, where you pass na area. You know the guy, but if you come die, I start full not so you body this, you just say dry. If I say I like how I see you not lie. We mama them they cry. We them they wash them picking them they die. Do ya we they beg the mommy and the guy. Cause now we wanna sell them go buy. This cushion deadly. So with all due respect, I'm not talk waiting you no know. Who say you they way life they give me under lolo. Don't they do music more than a decade ago? Say now man them no blow. Your speech was nonsensicality. Excuse me French, me not so non-entity, but still in a trench. Just one escape reality, eventuality. No matter the quantity, the toss not the quench. Now I no get nothing when I'm me own. For Kusha don't sell me asset, sell me phone. Where the feeling king camper me, in all the pamper me. So pass a goodie for ton clean saloon. Watermelon not so punky. 2 weeks ago now so then tie me like a monkey. Cause the addiction king can school me like a conky. This thing no idol man don't know say me na junkie. Don't fever zombie. This thing evil, this thing a devil. It don't deteriorate me to a whole other level. Not so this man been expect man don't losing respect. Now the people they look me like rebel. Sam the kush, don't bug me area. Sam the kush, don't bug me career. A small bush, don't turn all that in ya. All man they push, where ya pass na area. What are they try? Myself no one die, I start full not to me body this I just a dry. If I say I know I left I'm a de lie. We mama them they cry. We them they wash them picking them they die. Not to una said we not deny. But now we una sell and we they buy. This crucial deadly.
Metsul in the mix.
Alright, plenty thank you for that song. They will all see what Kush they do. So please, young boys and young men, let we avoid Kush. Do ya? It's not good for we. And today inside the program I get Abuka. We will talk about that, but I don't throw one question where our like Rob multiple ban the Ball Joyce or the AKA Umar Sharif or the Ludicas or whatever name they get for column where Salon don't talk about name all over the world for say it's still there in Sierra Leone. Waiting ONS to do towards that.
Okay, like we don't always talk. Anything we concern and touch on the repetition of Sierra Leone, it become a subject matter of interest to we. And on this particular subject matter, I want to state and assure the public that the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice fully seized with this information, and that then they conduct investigations where we certainly provide support to for unearth the reality there or non-reality of their existence. And because a subject matter of investigation, we can be constrained for deep dive in them. now one of them platforms and days I've been through a request to members of the public. And why I say members of the public, and only limited to Sierra Leoneans, they even also get to do with international partners. That also you get credible information what you think is irrelevant for an investigating body, important or it behoves you for let you also reach out to that your partner there and share that information there with them, so that it will aid the investigation. I mean, we don't do that there for several other organizations, including the brothers in our neighboring countries, through Interpol, through some of the internal structures what we don't establish. We help them for provide credible information related to what they look out for. I will make that request there on account of the fact say we see a journalist from Liberia and make wild allegations, and the allegations the way he makes so, if care not be taken, it go get the tendency for the public, unsuspecting as they may be, for believe say what they talk the truth. So I be appeal not only to we Sierra Leonean public, but even to in-kind person. Now this way how you talk, it's like you get graphic evidence to which you talk. Why you know help we with that information there, rather than for make them insinuations, and for we some their insinuations and they're very baseless, they not stand to the reality of what they actually happen. Because the narrative out there about the situation in country not reflect the reality on the ground. Because I tell you, this year alone, we don't do 4 major drug destruction. And then destructions, and they do them in the view of the public, including the presence of the fourth estate. And then destructions, and they now drugs away worth millions of dollars. The various commitments from the various structures or even with leadership across the board. Now one way for be commended, now one way for be supported. Because the reason we need for day in unison, in cohesion in this fight, now because rogue elements, then they thrive best who say people divided. Who say people who are supposed to be in the fight, no they coordinate or no they collaborate. Because in the midst of that chaos they came from meander the way and begin for doing things away wrong. But on Bolejos, I want to assure the public that investigations are active and we are providing every support at every level for ensure say we unearth that reality there. But I mentioned just now that drug investigations, whether not individuals or even the cartels themselves, now one way can be protracted. That is the case for several other countries. In the United States, for example, the PISA connections, it takes nearly 5 years from 1979. Don't even forget the headway on to 1984. How about the Medellin cartel? The Medellin cartel, that one day, it spanned decades. The El Chapo Guzman them. With all of the sophistication, it will take a long time for him for on earth and get onto that person. Because the reality now that they want the way into drugs. They get the connections, they get the money, they get all of the time for able to do and manipulate systems. It only means you get to be patient, you also get to be thorough in what you do, so that when you get onto the fact, you actually go for another. So if you ask me, then I'm
so in short, the matter they under investigation,
active investigation.
The Attorney General and ONS in particular, they investigate.
Would they look at them? Sure, certainly. The DOT authorities and we don't reach to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. So we always support that effort for ensure we clarify that reality there.
All right, now we come now. We can look at the other parts of the topic we'll get today. We look at the Guinea issue, where we get rumor, social media talk about Guinea stopping Sierra Leoneans, because that's the first rumor we come out say Guinea stop Sierra Leoneans for use the airport. Then later on we get for can know through the Ministry of Information and Communication, civic education say that's not true. So waiting ONS don't do for make that information they be to the public and know exactly waiting at the reason we make Guinea stop with migrants and for use the airports.
So soon after we get that correspondence day, we begin engagement at the level with Guinean authorities. Right in Guinea, we embassy in Salon, they in engagement with the Guinean authorities. And then we self Naya, they in engagement with the authorities in Naya. I been in a morning coffee one of them days, and then provide the reality against the misconceptions really around that particular decision day. Well, our state say Guinea, Salon, Liberia, Ghana, Senegal, what have you. We all don't become interested in fighting organized criminal networks, particularly they sponsor the schemas where they hoodwink other people then for give them the impression say they provide them jobs overseas, particularly in the Middle Eastern countries. Because we all don't be victims as countries of the activities of one or two individuals. We can trick hundreds of citizens for saying that they provide them jobs overseas. They say, for example, Dubai, where you go, then they pay you $5,000 per week. And so even if you give me $10,000 a year, forget that job day, you know, don't do bad investment. And so some desperate people, they take advantage of them kind lie information them and then begin for go. Now then countries them. In no time we begin for see that then same people here who we go down advise, who go down admonish against them kind decisions them. Then they now come, gather themselves in the numbers, and then countries, whether na Oman, whether na Qatar, whether na Dubai, and say governments, XYZ people, let me bring we Canada, then like we say this and that kind of thing. Now we stranded, do I help you for camp? We don't bring hundreds of thousands of them kind of people in it. That's alone. Guinea don't bring thousands of them. Now Guinea, Liberia, the same case. Ghana, Nigeria, then we even get for send a chartered aircraft. To go take the national SEM, we don't find ourselves into that kind of thing. So in 2021 or 2020 thereabouts, Salome put a moratorium on the use of the airport by people who they go seek jobs in Middle Eastern countries. Because now the problems there. We do first, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security been put a ban on the recruitment of people for go get jobs overseas by private agencies. They say if you want to forget job overseas, one, you get forget a set skill. Yes, jobs and day. But you get for meet the threshold in terms of the requirement. You get forget a set skill. If you say, for example, me a plumber, you get for be somebody in an actual plumber, you get a certificate for that one. So the ministry, in collaboration with we say no, we put a moratorium on their recruitment them and see what may happen. If you get for be a recruiting agency, the first way for do if for be a credible agency, if you get a partner back yonder who say they provide a job, and second, most importantly, if you get a collateral, wait for deposit at the Bank of Sierra Leone. So if you now send one or two people abroad for go get job, and it happens say not to job they go get at all, but then are victims of human trafficking, then we can look into the money for compensation that possibly or for even fly back and Nasalo. So find out say the recruitment agencies they begin for reduce considerably. Because most of them, what they do, now just out of that kind of thing. So we will encourage with countries, with counterpart in the neighboring countries for say, when I say use the same method there, for ensure say we streamline and reduce this rate at which people they travel out of their countries and go find themselves into harm's way. What we tight now, we own borders, now we airports. We mean they refuse people to the extent. Me now be a candidate for litigation. A lawyer try to say they will go for take win a court because of this, the person has right for travel and that kind of thing. But I tell and say, we they look for that kind of litigation, they will look forward to that. They will be happy for talking about that in a court. Because the government of Sierra Leone also equally get a responsibility over any citizen in welfare irresponsibility, in insecurity. So if you find out say these are insecurity, then people are on the center or where they go so now people are where now potential candidates for maltreatment. Government get responsible for ensure say that will not happen at all. So they begin for use now Guinea, they begin for use Liberia, so they even go to Gambia. One time they were a case been in Senegal, who then go pack Sierra Leone inside house with the hope say they will go for flight and go now other countries. So they find themselves in Libya, Algeria, Morocco, as the case may be. So what we tight now we on borders, they begin for use Guinea, particularly the Alpha Condé International Airport. So this one way Guinea do so. for we a welcome development. Even though a little late, because we expect say from that time there will be the struggle that one day. They say for don't come out. But they say a better late than never. If you read the correspondence, it's very clear. I go on for it and two some.
All right, just read them. Read them quickly.
Some two paragraphs. To the Special Commissioner of Abed Sekou Touré International Airport, Conakry, subject correct application of instructions. Mr. Commissioner, in the framework of the fight against irregular migration and human trafficking, that is the topic statement, Andy. I have the honor to inform you of the prohibition of passage through our airport of Sierra Leone and migrants. Please accept, Mr. Special Commissioner, the expression of my respectful consideration, collaboration. Now that one is the only reason we make the put up. They don't say regular travelers.
Okay, so right now people are already, we understand that people are still in Guinea, Sierra Leoneans, wait for either for go or wait for they carry they stop, they don't allow them for move.
If na irregular, if it's suspicious that it's an irregular traveling, and they go seek for job Oman, and they go seek for job na Qatar. Why you know one for use the airport if you think say you don't follow all the due process? There is a Ministry of Labour and Social Security in Salon. We get the responsibility for provide oversight, even if not today they provide the job for you directly. But they provide oversight for ensure say you say where they go, you are protected. Because even as Salonia, when somebody get problem with in employers, the first port of call, that the Ministry of Labour. And it can be challenging even when you within the jurisdiction. It could be even more challenging when you're outside of the jurisdiction. So we say, let it be streamlined. If you go overseas for go cook, let us say for example, and then you have to go cook, you have to go provide nanny business. There are organizations that in there will go help you for go through the required process so that you don't go rich. Then somebody begin for exploit you. Somebody begin for take advantage of you.
So the Ministry of Labour they do then see then they?
Yes,
as ministry.
For the longest time. For the longest time, I mean, tell them, don't they? We Sierra Leone and say they go to Iraq. We then send them to Iraq through the Ministry of Social Labour, Welfare. A lot of Sierra Leoneans can go, no issues don't be there. Then go sign a contract with the government of Sierra Leone, sign on their behalf. They say go sign, then pay their salaries, then do their work, then come back as alone, then can establish various businesses. Now that's what they talk. So it is not because I see a lot of headlines and they make the wave say, hey, they don't wait say because.
So I'll make you make this very clear on a Magic Television this morning. Say Sierra Leoneans are not banned to use Guinea airports.
Not at all. Sierra Leoneans are not banned. They want the way they travel as regular travelers. They're free for travel, but they want the way they travel for go seek jobs overseas, especially Middle Eastern countries. Given the experience, Guinea they just enforce. Which will say they don't start.
So Salone, Guinea, and Uda again don't enforce that same thing. The Liberia.
So they look forward to Liberia. Mostly they know they use too much of the Liberian airport. So therefore you don't go see Liberia so much concern, especially we get for do with the migrant and they come on and Salone. When we put we own measures that airport, because they go ask you critical questions. If you don't meet the requirement, they don't go clearly fly. That's at the bottom line. So then they go it's shorter for pass through Guinea and go get an access to an airport, international airport and travel. So and besides, most of we businesses, what they do, we businesswomen. Now more of Guinea than they go than they will go to Liberia. If I don't lie, 99.9% of the people who they buy goods Ghana alone for cancer. Now Guinea. So most of them and the way they go actually for go fly out of the country. A number of them will succeed for do so. They will come as present themselves as business people and they go buy business at Conakry and come back. Where you go now Image, go to airport, get a Kadama visa and then you fly go to that country. The Kadama visa and visa 20. Visa 20, it means that you go as a domestic servant. It gets your own differences in terms of the other category of a visa. When you go, for example, now UK as a student, you go with a visa, a particular visa tier 2. They get tier 1, they get tier 2, tier this and that kind of thing. If you go with a particular tier, you are tied to that conditions where that tier they provide. So if I go with a tier 2 visa, now UK as a student, then it means even me hours and for work limited.
Yeah.
You know they work like ordinary person. Me I be not going to UK.
Yeah.
I go with a tier 2 visa. So it means I go for fall within the conditions of that visa day. I don't go work past 20 hours per week. Other person will go on a normal visa, make you work 60 hours. It depends on how you do that kind of thing. So that's the way they talk about. The Kadama visa, now one way go make say you go as a domestic servant. And you know, he actually be under the control of even the person where they facilitate that you movement there. For determining how wetin will go for happen to you that domestic house society. Most of them people they don't become victims of abuse. They exploit them, so they work and they pay them because an agency will be don't take money ahead from them people and the person back say if they don't pay $10,000 for you for can't this home, I expect you for do the work.
Yeah.
And not a million business or give back money because I don't give money to somebody. We don't offer you or can't provide these services onto me. So now that kind of thing another way we understand. But however, if because we also don't hear me say sometimes in a way misapplication of the rules taking when they give the instructions and they maybe they tell the person where they execute are now the final desk go on for apply the thing to every other person or to some other person where you get out of. Now that make the engagement and it happen between the counterpart at that level so that it be clear. Now that make it, you see the memo is a correct application of instruction. And that only the thing say. So it is only limited to people who are suspected of being victims of human trafficking. They actually do this in support of the overall objective of ensuring that we not allow citizens to be misused on account of the disposition of basic job.
So is the ONS on top of all of this?
Well, we think we are. That is the reason we thankful to now for providing a platform then for give information to the public because we think say information and power. When people understand exactly what will happen, there's some other person who will come and tell them an alternative fact, and then they fall for it. The reality is, maybe for most people, they only read the comments where people they don't make on that correspondence. They don't even don't see them. They don't even don't read them. Or even if they don't see them, then just go into the fact say Guinea don't stop Sierra Leoneans from using the airport. It is not true. Guinea has stopped those Sierra Leoneans who want to travel for irregular migration business using the airport.
So what's in the happen now with them we Sierra Leone brother and sister them we they don't stop now the airport now because some still did it that according to resources, some they still did it where they're not allowed for travel.
So that's what the engagement is about, to ensure say we correct if the person genuinely get a reason for travel and not to a person will become a potential victim of human trafficking, then it will be allowed for go. I mean, I don't think say Guinea advanced to that one at all. They are just saying that a part of we own contribution to we own agreement. Then we also support this process. If we don't streamline and stop people from using it on an airport on account of them being victims, I mean, brother Rando, you agree with me that if you go on social media, especially in recent past, you see Boku say you know Papa government now you picking them. Now abandon we, not do this, not do that, you look this other country, they make reference to other countries, they don't bring kind of people up and so on and so forth. If you go sometime in them in day, especially during the COVID-19, we'll be confronted with COVID, we'll also be confronted with bringing people back outside of the country. And then in the hundreds, on the 150, 200 from Algeria, from this, from Dani, from Qatar, from Oman, from this, and some of them, then they come back traumatized. So they come back with serious mental issues. Past the Ministry of Social Welfare, through the Trafficking in Person Secretariat, will begin for now do a kind of a counseling for reunite them with their families. So we're saying that kind of situation, if you want to go for seek job overseas, I mean any job a person need do, you get for get some skill for do it. Whether not for sweep self. If the institution where they hire you for say you can't for me, if you for sign your name, if you for talk this kind of language, then another condition. But if you say now because they find out, the people they find out, some people in the fly say then builders, building construction specialists, but they don't want the whole travel. They just think say, hey, this is an opportunity for that travel. We are gonna go land on the job, and after it doesn't work like that. So on their side, and the way you go on a business. So if you don't go claim say you get this kind of skill, then if any say another company, they for example, they don't get the skill, then you don't be accepted.
All right, this will lead me to this interesting question. We make we brother and sister that they run for common asylum. You think if they are okay here, then go?
So I tell you, the quest for greener pasture, only limited to Salone. Only limited to Salone. Some people, until they face the reality, before they understand, say, it was not even that bad back home as how I think it's fine going overseas. So taking there, we could be fooled by the pictures, by the images what they see. They say, yeah, I want to see that absolutely place beautiful and that kind of thing. And so one person no more we get a success story. He share a story with you. Think say they cut across for all. Believe you me, it is not okay everywhere. Now the whole world, including the greatest countries, developed countries they think of. I go recently at the US. I see people in the street. So if you they run now, you don't get nothing for go to America. They go find inside America. You also go either victim or you go be a candidate for sleeping on the street because you know be catered for. So and something in the also. If you see somebody they do good business, I sabi people them. I sabi examples 1 or 2 of young man them. They get taxi, they run for them. They get shops, they get this and sell all of that. They sell land for fly go overseas. You go and see that person, they do well in salon. You go and see that person, they don't get. You see, now that kind of mindset, no more saying that only when you go overseas, now you don't reach. It's fine for go overseas, not to any wrong thing, but go there using the correct procedure. When you go overseas, you use the correct procedure. Believe me, you are being catered for. With man, country, they want to forget everybody on the record. Say you are being catered for. If you just go there as a regular person, believe me, you are going to find yourself in harm's way, and it is not bad. As some people want to present it. People have been go to US. I've been get concerns over the narrative say when you show a Sierra Leone passport at airport, they go put you aside, and I've been getting concerns in there. I travel with several other Sierra Leoneans from Lungi Airport. We go to Belgium and that kind of thing. Most often, Salon people when they travel, if you want for you notice say by natural, they say they begin for bond. They begin for come together.
We are very much united.
Very much united.
Very much united.
By the next moment, because this person, you watch when you say this as Salon,
yes.
The next moment, I begin for form Q now.
You know, that's
That's also Salon. And most of them on the day, they not get even though they don't get the kind passport, they get Sierra Leone passport. I don't see them embarrass anybody. I don't see them put anybody aside because it come on aside. So some taking in at the narratives the way they make the rounds on social media because of one maybe unfortunate person. You say, oh, now when you show your passport at any airport as a Sierra Leonean, then you are a candidate for embarrassment. That country, they not cut across.
All right, continue for the way we can't take the text messages and now the term don't really catch you inside the program, but their message are very important and then so plenty. We'll take this first one from Aisha. We say, what are the biggest challenges Toku faces in investigating and prosecuting drugs-related offenders? This other one say, a suspect being properly investigated before case are taken to court. This other one from Fudia say, are drug traffickers receiving sentences that reflects the seriousness of the offenses they commit? This other one they said, so we brother and sister the way they na Guinea. Una try come back na Salon. Salon sweet o. Where you go overseas, now you go know. This other one say, we they use Guinea airport. This person are shorting her from Conakry. They send this message because Guinea airport cheap, far away past Salon. Salon you go spend over $1,000. When na Guinea you go spend less than $1,000 for travel go overseas. This other one say, Mr. Will, also because you don't put the well fine, make you feel say we not for go overseas. This person say in Santigi, it is sent text message from Godrich. So you see that the perception of Sierra Leoneans. This last one I would take for now. Say plenty thank you to Magic Television for when I bring Mr. Will for can't talk about the drugs related issue in Guinea, but it's still the balance the boy Joss or Umar Sharif issue. We all know say Umar Sharif get connection to the first gentleman of the country. Actually, not to me say the person na mistake from Braz's accent na message. So I'll take the message quickly because time really not buckle inside the program again.
So let me stick and help with the investigations. I don't know what I already ask her for do.
Yeah.
Not for anything beyond that one. If you actually certain of what you talk about, you get the credible evidence. You don't even need for Bido identify yourself in come and help with the investigations. We will generally look into them and find solutions to them.
So if somebody want for pass on this kind of information, necessity information, how for reach you now?
Yeah, so we get a toll-free line, the National Situation Room. Now toll-free way being say you know they pay for it. Whether an AfriCell, whether an QCell or Orange, they call free, you know they pay. Now 119 na that line there. can call that line the Congo report. That's what we can call them. The cow ACC can call that number.
Okay.
So anything where you think say you get from national security, that kind of thing. Especially the entire the games where certain things they happen in communities and people in Wafo reach out for support in terms of a security provision, what they call 119. They up and running on a 24/7 basis.
Okay.
Coming to some of the questions, which are the biggest challenges when it confronts the prosecution of criminal offenders? One of the greatest challenges are the non-cooperation of the victims. People in Ronka, somebody don't maltreat them, don't take money in their hand, send and go overseas, they don't go suffer there, God help and he come back, they come and took, for example, on a police station in a report. Then took that police station, I would now refer them to the police. The police will not get all the statement from them and that kind of thing. Only thing you need now for provide witness support to the process. They know they can. Because along the line, that person will be in trigger, maybe na your uncle or a family member, or a family member sabi that person who don't trigger, they don't go meet, they don't go big severe, don't compromise this thing, and so on and so forth. When you do that one day, no matter what the money they give you, it means say you don't give that person the chance for trick other people. Or for even go metamorphose and give now another kind of a story where you go buy much more than what you do. So in a way, you say they contribute for compromise and for make sure say criminality continue in society. So then one big challenge we need. The other one, the issue relating to resources. In fact, this one does give me the opportunity for elaborating on capacity gaps. I mean, organized criminal networks, like I said, GISO, now one day we very much sensible, and very sensitive to all of what they do, what they talk to. Then they listen and they follow, and so then they do the countermeasures. So when we take this step, then we have to use this other one. So it means that all of the time you can forget continuous training of the personnel. Or let them get the capacity, the capability for it. There's some thinking there for the urge for greener pasture or even natural causes. Some people they travel go abroad. Some people they even change jobs. We don't provide all of the training. We don't get any right to stop them if they get good jobs and they have to move on. Or as natural as you can expect, somebody die. When that person did die, that knowledge you don't go with them, and there will be a huge gap. For example, I'll give an example. Took for the longest time they enjoy the services of a particular police officer. They call a Ronco of blessed memory. Ronco now be one of the finest officers that we get from what we get in a salon in the fight against organized criminal activities. Believe me, that man they die suddenly. It was sudden. And that they be creating a huge gap for me at the forces. And also, Toku now one particular set of activities that they carry out. And if you get police officers that deploy there, they did it permanently, then it means they know there be any other thing about other aspects of policing. So you get for the change. So anytime you change there, it means you get for provide new training for them. Although don't identify see that one in a critical challenge, the leadership of the security sector, whether that the IGPO, the National Security Coordinator, Mr. Abdel Koka, the Chief of Defense Agency, if you post to officers in Toku, for example, on a SICOP, they take at least 3 years there. Yes. Yeah, so that whatever knowledge they don't gain from both internal and external, they go for actually somebody person. But in fairness to them, you don't go have to keep them forever. Now that same place there, because it means they start later, then they for do the thing the way you're supposed to do as a police officer, as an officer from other agencies. Because you will go for pull out, say for example, NDLA, a member of the SICOP project. If you don't pull out there, then only that SICOP will get it for do vessel rummaging and all of that kind of thing. So it become a challenging thing. So that kind of thing. The other challenge, and the one where they manifest itself so, now that aspect of a trust. Where people they make allegations, then they make a statement when they bet the country image. They appear like say we don't do anything. I mean, if we don't destroy drugs, we they run into millions of dollars. Me for the past years, from 2010 to now, we don't destroy past drugs away past $500 million or even $1 billion. We don't do that destruction. That's a commitment alone in itself. The task force we government set, almost all of the time, there is no place in this community we consider as slum, outside drug being in place. When the erstwhile executive director of the National Drug Laboratory, you don't reach. engage communities, seek community support for ensure say we reach out to the relevant authorities. Then somebody they ask if cases are being properly investigated before taken to court. Yes, and that make all of the cases we police investigate. We first is sent to the DPP. The DPP that is director of
Proper investigation, yeah.
If you want to send a case to court, if you give the advice. So if police don't get all of the evidence, then we now send that to the DPP. We don't do this evidence to look into that and advise me. They are the people who are knowledgeable about the law. Until and unless they say charge to court. Now that thing they will charge to court. They don't say so. We don't charge to court. For example, we don't investigate 400 cases from 2020 to 2026 alone. 400, criminal organized criminal cases. We only able to progress 300 of these to court.
And these 300 were successful on behalf of
ONS.
ONS.
So out of 300, the other one for now, we don't secure conviction for 123. The other one, so they either in a court, so they don't be investigated, they don't find the people guilty, they discharge, acquitted, discharge, and go out of court. So now that kind of thing, they happen. We investigate thoroughly. Usai, maybe we miss out anything, the court will for pick up because along the chain. If we don't do investigation and the DPP thinks this don't actually meet the required threshold for conviction or for any send a court, they will say no. Because like they say in criminal investigation, you get abundance of evidence. The evidence may be overwhelming. 99.99% will say, yes, this person, and I do this thing, and therefore, you go for car court. So that's all they say cheap airport fares.
Yes.
We know they talk, say, now for people the way they travel regularly. That means the person your own discretion. If the airport fares are cheap as compared to what they happen at one for flying again, as long as you are a regular traveler, no problem. That is your own right. But they say if you not possibly go seek greener pasture for job, you go seek job overseas, particularly in the Eastern countries, they don't pass through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, they will be difficult. Then somebody say me, boy, I'm just an ordinary from the job, and I should say whatever are the conditions to the prevail as alone, I don't immune to them. Me say a member of the Sierra Leonean society, things are bad for me. The things are good for we all. So that along that line, they will appeal to members of the Sierra Leonean population. But now we all see the need for them to work together. Other than we begin for cry ourselves down, they will make the people that went into the fight, and they become discouraged. And at that time, they drop us in the try and do the wrong things to affect society.
All right, in name now. You see, I also enjoy with you to talk that I not even for have a member, how for even call him. I will Karim Will, when I the director of strategic communication at ONS, don't they explain to we several things that we need for know. We look forward for to get you more and more on the studios. All right, family, also this edition of the program will left you for today. You will notice we'll go a little bit above the time because Mr. Will be the talk so many interesting things the way I think he have been there for left and for left. He explain and clear to the public. Now this edition will left with for today. I want to say plenty thank you to him and plenty thank you to now don't send our text messages there with a big pad in the text and so plenty we're not going to read all and we want for say plenty thank you to the production team. We want to say plenty thank you to Jibril Sitwena, the producer, and this edition of the program, na myself, na me producer, and we want to say plenty thank you to Joshua Aminata, we give you technical support. So say tomorrow we'll get another edition of the program, Magic Morning Tea. Me, na Cornelius Ekurando, the presenter for this edition. Have a blessed week.
The same old system and the same problem.
Welcome to Magic Morning Tea. Magic Morning Tea is the best for brightening your day. Our dedicated team are always set and ready to bring you impactful information to magically brighten up your day. Magic Morning Tea will bring you information on tourism, culture, gender, politics, sports, disability, and many more. So stay tuned, stay connected to Magic Morning Tea on Magic Television, Channel 38, Facebook, YouTube, and other social media handles. Magic Television, your trusted information hub.